We're gonna have to hear the story behind the Winnie the Pooh thing.
So the Winnie the Pooh thing.
Great.
There's two. I have one for my family, and Vinny has one for his story. I'll let him tell his. But mine is, we were, again, like I said last time I went, not counting time a couple years ago. We were 13, and we were in. When you're 13, you haven't been there since you were like as a kid. You should ride everything, and being teenagers, we're like, yes, let's ride Winnie the Pooh because the line's short, it's AC, it's nice. We can sit down for like 3 minutes.
Plus,
so
we
get
love
in.
Winnie the Pooh.
Plus, Winnie the Pooh's pretty good. So, obviously, when you walk in, the door opens, and there's another secondary door to basically get rid of all the lights. So the first door closes, and I'm just sitting there like, I'm 13, I'm riding Winnie the Pooh. The AC's nice, whatever, I'll chill out. And the second door closes, and my dad screams the shrillest, high-pitched voice and screams loud. And we die. We're laughing so hard, and then you hear over the overcom, please do not scream on the ride.
Oh my God, it just made it worse. It made it so much funnier.
So much worse. So we laughed so hard, and you can tell. Think about this: most of the Disneyland people who work the rides are probably obviously in the college age. So can you imagine sitting there? It's like 1 o'clock, so you've probably been there for like 4 or 5 hours, and you have someone scream on Winnie the Pooh. How absolutely you're just like, this is the worst day ever. So that's what I'm trying to think about that. And then Vinny, do you want to do the Golden Zephyr or should I?
You do the Golden Zephyr one. I'll tell my Winnie the Pooh story after.
Yeah. So the Golden Zephyr is basically the. So I think it was me, you, and our two sisters were on it. Or was it just me and you? No, I think it was just me and you.
It might have been.
I think it was just me and you, and we just got off. God, what did we get off? We probably got off Toy Story or something, whatever's around there.
Something like that.
We got off something over there, and I said, "Vinny, let's go on this one." Vinny's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Just because we're just sitting there. It's California Adventure. It's like a Thursday. No one's there. It's super early because we hit California Adventure that day, and we get on it. I'm like, "Hey, Vinny, we're gonna pretend that's the rowboat." So we row it around in a circle. And I start laughing, so Vinny starts laughing. And one thing that I didn't notice until I got off is our parents were obviously laughing, our family, but everyone who saw us was dying. They were dying.
I gotta add another story about doing something on a ride that caused everybody around the ride to laugh hysterically.
Yeah. So it's very nice. Disneyland obviously has that magical feel, but when you get teenagers to do stupid like that just makes it so much funnier.
Makes it so much better. All right, so I'll start with my Winnie the Pooh story, and then I'll start with the other one. Okay, so basically, me, my mom, and my sister were all going to go to get on Winnie the Pooh, and the cast member misjudged that we could all three of us fit in one row. Spoiler alert, no we cannot. Wasn't even close. My sister and my mother barely fit in one row, and as soon as I saw them in the one row, I'm like, yeah, no, I can't fit in there, sir. And they didn't just shift anybody around to be like, oh, you can just sit with a stranger. No, we're going to keep you here. So they let about 4 or 5 more loads go through, and they finally asked me, do you still want to ride? I'm like, yes, I do. If I didn't want to ride, I wouldn't be standing here. So basically what happened was I got the honeycomb all to myself. So I'm riding around in Winnie the Pooh, and I'm having the time of my life because, I'm in the honeycomb by myself. I don't have to, worry about anybody else. So I have my own commentary and shit going on. It's absolutely supreme. But I'm coming out of the final door before you loop back into the station, and I get this really fun idea to where I'm gonna do a pose as I'm coming out of the final door because it's almost certain that my mom and sister are waiting for me. So I'm like, I'm gonna make them laugh. So what I did was I basically it's hard to describe the pose, but I had my arms outstretched, and I was just I'll show you. I can turn my camera on and show you the pose in a bit, if that is preferred. But I went out of the door with that pose on, and the last thing I remember seeing was my mom and my sister dying of laughter. It made me feel so good. I'm like, I am the king of the honeycomb. I shall exert my dominance over it.
And thus you became Vinnie the Pooh.
Yeah, exactly. That was the day. It happened.
Has anyone ridden Winnie the Pooh 20-something times in a row, though?
Have you?
No.
Oh my god.
I did that when I was 7.
Oh God.
On our last
Wow.
day at Disneyland, my mom's like, "What do you want to do?" And I'm like, "Let's go on Winnie the Pooh." It's like, "Okay, what else you want to go on?" Winnie the Pooh. And we literally just kept hopping right back in line, and there was no
I-
wait.